is. Yes, it is. Laskowski. Left field. Pitcher, 26. Brayden. Ochoa. Starting pitcher. What do you think is the biggest area I need to improve with my play-by-play? I hear you.
But it's kind of hard to tell. Like, I don't know what. I can't. Some of the balls that go off in the air, it's hard to tell, especially from our
vantage point, you don't know where the fuck the ball's going.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
We had a great game. Yeah. We just need to get back more.
We need to play in a real stadium.
We need to be, you have to have a ball for us.
And I'll give you more room here in a second. I just gotta
No, you're good.
get everybody here. This actually charges. This just keeps it steady, but ours actually charges. Lucas. Ferris, I think, is actually going to be good. Corey Ferris, 25. Is that first?
Okay.
I think he's a sophomore, too. I might just have to rely on these for our stats. Welcome into Game 2 of our doubleheader. First result of the day, Delta College on top of Community Christian 12-1 and a mercy rule after 5 innings. So now Brayden Ochoa, one of the premier pitchers of this team, set to take the mound for Game 2. Community Christian Lions against the Delta Pioneers. Pioneers upgraded now to 4-6. Community Christian falls to 0-12. Still looking for that first win of the season here. Opening day, Bishop Park on the northwest side of Metro Detroit. A few more warm-up pitches for Ochoa. We'll get started here. Top of the lineup for Delta. It's going to start with number 4, Trevor Ramsell, the second baseman. Number 12, Grant Wood at left field. Landon Sella, the shortstop, and the cleanup hitter, number 13, Jake Chapman. Ramsdell, the second baseman, hits .077 up to this point, .154 slugging percentage, and .250 on base percentage. So not somebody who gets on base a ton. Obviously has some legs, I would assume at least, top of the lineup. No stolen bases for him up to this point in the year. But also not a lot of playing time for him. Only 4 games out of the 10 that they've played as a team.
You guys got our lineup, right?
Yeah.
Just want to take a picture of it real quick. He gave it to you and then lost the paper.
First pitch looked like a little outside. Not sure if it was a check swing or if it was correct positioning here. Obviously, umpires have switched places from where they were in the first game. For Ochoa, it's been a 15 ERA with only 3 innings pitched. 2 strikeouts for him and 15 at-bats. 0-2 count to start him off. Top of the first. New game, new result for Community Christian. At least that's a hope. That ball is flown out into the right field. Steigerwald underneath it, able to make the grab. Routine fly out for Detroit. First out of the day. First out of the second game, excuse me. Few lineup changes on both sides. Delta traveling pretty deep. Up to bat now, Grant Wood, number 12. Hitting .200, .429 on base percentage. That ball a little far outside. Towards the middle of the zone, 1-0 count. Ball finds the bottom part of the zone on a breaking pitch. Grant Wood, outfielder, the freshman from Carrollton, Michigan. Small town kid. Looking to make big plays here in Bishop Park. Breaking ball finds the middle of the zone. It's 1-2. Grant Wood served as the courtesy runner for the catcher last time around. Was able to get some stolen bases. Keeping play alive, the foul ball keeps it at a 1-2 count. Top of the first, Delta already with a win over Community Christian. The Lions trying to even up the score. Ochoa down. That ball popped up into the air. Looking to see who will make a play on it. It's going to be Steigerwald potentially, and it is. Running all the way from right field down towards where the shortstop typically is to make that play. Great call out from him. Good speed and awareness to be able to make that play. Both a fly out and a pop out now for Steigerwald, who pitched in the last game. Now up to bat, number 29, Landon Sella, the shortstop. Ball up and out. Up and away, I should say. Sella yet to register a single at-bat. This is his first official at-bat, at least. Only 1 game played for him. A lot of trust in him. That ball a little too high, 2-0 count. Ochoa, if you look at the CCCLines.com roster, one of 4 players that are listed as pitcher, but the truth is everybody has a little bit of time on the mound, at least this season, or will get some time if they haven't already. 3-0 count from Ochoa. Is now calling for time so he can tie his shoe. Not sure how your shoe unties in only 11 pitches, but here we are. Ochoa, another high pitch, sends Sella on base. So, yet to register an official at-bat per se, but finds himself on base with the cleanup hitter Jake Chapman, the catcher, number 13, up to the plate. Chapman so far this season, .200 hitting average. See what he can do against Ochoa. That ball looked like it was away. They're going to call that a strike. Chapman, the freshman from Ontario, Canada, checks the runner. That ball is going to go through the hands of first baseman Corey Ferris, and it's going to send the runner not only to second but potentially third. He's going to run all the way to the other side of the field. Able to make the play in time, not quite. So it's those fielding errors that we talked about. You can check the runner at first, but you have to make sure that the throw is on time and at the right spot. And when it's not, it leads to an error. Now we got a runner all the way on the other side of the field. Top of the first, 2 outs. Sal potentially going to get his first run of his career, assuming he's a freshman. That ball too far in. 1-1 count. I know he's a sophomore from Essexville, Michigan, Garber High School alum. Chapman finds a pitch too far inside, 2-1. That ball smoked to the shortstop. It's going to be a routine play. Had to jump super high for it, was the first baseman. Not able to get there in time. It's a base hit. Corey Ferris, incredible leaping ability to make sure the ball got in his mitt. And it scores the run, so 1-0 already for Delta. The runner on first. This is Cal Guin, the designated hitter, up to the plate. That pitch too high. Full name Calvin Guin, a .500 hitting average, tied for second on the team with Blake Hornan, who played in the last game. .667 on base percentage. So this guy who finds a way on base a lot of the time. Breaking ball towards the middle of the zone. Placed beautifully by Ochoa. 1-1 count. That ball smoked past the third base line. It is fair. It's going to send the runner to second base. The runner ahead of him goes to third, potentially to home. Not quite. It's a double. With runners on second and third. And already a lead for Delta College. Cal Guin living up to that designated hitter positioning. Was able to advance the runners. So now it's Ben McKenzie, number 32, up to the plate. 7 at-bats for him, yet to register a hit. That ball too far outside, kind of blocked by Jane Watkins, but needs to make the play at home, and they're going to call him safe. Looked like a bang play to me, but they are calling him safe. And the runner from third advances to score. Runner from second also advanced to third, so already a 2-0 lead, top of the first, with another runner in scoring position for Ben McKenzie. That ball smoked out to deep center field. It's going to be Joe Downer able to make a play on it. And he is. That's going to end the first inning. Already a lead for Delta College. Let's see how Community Christian responds after this.
Oh, that's right.
Nate Whitney. Was that Chapman or?
Yeah, the ground ball, the shortstop.
Yeah.
That was
13. We'll see if I like this better. I'm trying to record it myself instead of like the crazy phone. Put this on low power mode or something. So I need to buy sandbags, I need to buy an extra charger, portable charger.
this, not this.
Well, something that can support that, because I can't depend on that guy to have that solar powered boat every time.
Yeah.
There's something I can plug
This
in.
doesn't can't use where it wants.
Oh, it's doing my phone on this, but it only has one USB-C. That's the difference. Yeah. But it's two USB-Cs. Be perfect.
Radar.
Joe Downer set to lead off here for Community Christian. Already a 2-0 lead, bottom of the first. Nate Whitney at the mound pitching. Joe Downer is at the top of the lineup for him. Checks to Swain. Not sure if he went, but they're going to call it a strike regardless. Batting second is Mike Woods, who was not present in our first game. Number 4, Nate Crane, and Matt Chikotko will follow him to clean us up. That ball too far outside. A lot of movement on Nate Whitney's pitches. We'll see how that affects the swings of our Lions. 1-1 count. That pitch. Swing and a miss for Joe Downer. Someone already has 6 strikeouts on the season, but hits at a .353 average, so hopefully they can continue to improve on that. That pitch too far out. All these pitches favoring that outside part of the plate. Up to this point in the year. Joe Downer to sophomore. 2-2 pitch, fouled out and away. That ball grounded, fouled once again. Nate Whitney, sophomore from Vassar, Michigan, Vassar High School alum. 5.4 ERA. Only one appearance to show for it. Someone with a lot of movement in these pitches. That pitch sent way out of the reach. And it looks like that's going to be.
I had 3-2. Did you?
Yeah, it looked like that. I thought that was the third ball. Some confusion between myself and our great statistician Anthony Rizzo filling in today. Here's Mike Woods, first time at the plate today. 200 hitting average for him. That ball too far low. 1-0 count.
He took back the check swing or whatever the first. Maybe that's what.
1-1 count. Mike Woods serving as the second baseman today we're given the indication he would wear number 2. He's wearing number 3 like he typically does. Pink arm sleeve and all. Nate Whitney able to force 3 strikeouts on 5 hits. And 5 hits, I should say. Whitney checked the first base. Downey able to stay there. So the runner stays on. 1-1 count. Whitney pitches too far out. Away, I should say. So 2-1 count. Mike Woods, only 2 total bases so far, 1 strikeout. Good discipline so far. Sends that ball out to the right field. It's going to be foul ball territory. It goes outside of the fence. Joe Downer was already running for second. So prevents the stolen base, or at least the opportunity on that swing. 2-2 count. No outs so far. Second hitter in the lineup is Mike Woods. Nate Crane will follow him. Nate Whitney in his second appearance, first start of the season. In the second half of our doubleheader. That pitch too high up, swings at it regardless. Fouls it off, so the at-bat remains alive. 2-2 count. An opposing batting average of .263 is there for Nate Whitney as he pitches that one too far low. Low and away, 3-2 count. And a chance to put Mike Woods on base. Payoff pitch. That ball swung, flew out into the air over to left field. It's going to have an easy fly-out opportunity for the left fielder, and he's able to do so. That was Grant Wood making that play. So first out of the day for Nate Whitney. Now Nate Crane takes the plate. Nate Crane, .250 hitting average, .500 on-base percentage. 4 strikeouts for him. They check the runner at first. Wanted the pickoff at first, not going to be able to get it. Already seeing the difference between David Walsh and Nate Whitney here. A wild pitch is going to send Joe Downer to second base. So it's a 1-0 count with a runner on second. Good start here for Community Christian. We saw them have a good start in the last game as well. Ended up giving up 12 runs in a row to end that game, but new game, new beginnings for Community Christian. .1-0 count, foul ball, makes it 1-1. Nate Crane, the third baseman today, was out at shortstop, came in for Juan Rubio, who had some issues at shortstop to start the game, led to some runs being scored for Delta College. 10 games played, 16 at-bats with a .250 average. Swing and miss there. 1-2 count. Fastball outside of the zone. Sent Crane chasing. Sun facing the batters, so you'll see a lot of the batters have sunglasses on for this game. That ball too far low and away. 2-2 count. Nate Crane working up the count. Walsh is a guy who liked to put his batters away early. Whitney is going to work up the count, as we're witnessing at the moment. That ball too far low and away as well. Full count. .20 pitches already for Nate Whitney. In the last game, Walsh had just above 50 in all 5 innings. Payoff pitch. Too far out. Here we go. Smokes out to the right field. It's going to go towards the fence and over the head of the right fielder. It's going to bring Joe Downer into home plate. He's going to score, and it's a double for Nate Crane. Excellent work there. That ball was smoked out into right field over the head of the right fielder, Aiden Wilkes. And it puts the first score of the day on the board for Community Christian, down 2-1 with 1 out in the bottom of the first. And now Matt Shikotko up to bat now. Was the starting pitcher in last game, playing shortstop this time around. One of the best hitters on this team. That ball low in the zone. 0-1. A 4.21 hitting average hit for him. 6.32 slugging. And in 19 at-bats, only 2 strikeouts. That ball high and away. 1-1. And with Whitney, this is a pitcher you can afford to sit on a little bit, so don't feel like you have to swing right away. I'm sure Shikotko already realizes that. Cleanup hitter for Community Christian. Swings. Check the swing. Didn't go, though. Thank goodness he didn't. Ball was too high. It's a 2-1 count. Nate Whitney sends him swinging. 2-2 count. Breaking ball down and away. Got Shikotko to go. The freshman Shikotko. 2-2 count. Runner at second. That's Nate Crane. Here's the pitch. Grounded. Past the shortstop. Not quite. Wants to make the throw to first, and he's going to for the second out of the game. But it sends the runner up to third base. A lot of zip on that ball. There was a shortstop, Landon Sella, that was able to make the play in time. Good awareness, good agility, and to be able to make that play. There's Jaden Watkins, number 2, the catcher for today's game. Or for the second game, I should say. Played third base last time around. First pitch. Up and away. 1-0 count. Runner on third. Need to capitalize on this one to tie the game up. Watkins, a 1.67 hitter, 375 on-base percentage. Someone who can send balls into the outfield if necessary. Chases that one. Oh, 1-1 count. Breaking ball down and away. Got him to chase the same way Matt Shikotko did just a little bit ago. Bottom of the first. Sends him swinging on that one too. Nate Whitney. Good zip on that fastball. Into the glove of the catcher, Jake Chapman, who reached on an error last time around. That ball goes through the hand of the third baseman. It's going to send Nate Crane into home. That's going to be a single to tie this game up for Jaden Watkins. Courtesy runner is going to come out. It's going to be Vincent Kane coming in for Jaden Watkins over at first base. And it ties the game up 2 apiece. So already the Lions have scored more than they did last game. And now here's a player who did not play in the last game, number 25, Corey Ferris, the first baseman. Excellent leaping ability we saw last time around when he caught that high ball from the shortstop, Shikotko. That ball down and away, 1-0 count. Corey Ferris, an 0.83 hitter up to this point in 12 at-bats. 4 strikeouts. But able to find his way on base, 2-1-4 for him. Runner's going to be sent to second. That's Vincent Kane. Is he able to get there in time? Yes, he is. Stolen base for Vincent Kane. Second of the day for him. .2-0 count, bottom of the first with a runner in scoring position to potentially take the lead. Nathan Whitney already 30-plus pitches for him. That ball down and away. It's a 3-0 count. This is the kind of patience you need if you want to get your first win of the season. Can't swing at everything. Corey Ferris recognizes that. He's sat on all 3 balls we've seen up to this point. That ball finds his way in the outside part of the zone towards the middle. It's 3-1. Northwest side of Detroit, Bishop Park, just outside of Northwestern High School. Able to make contact there. That's a pop up to the right field. Is it short? Not short enough. Right fielder able to make contact and grab that one to end the inning. 2-2. Tied apiece. Top of the second coming up.
You know what? I just wanted something I'll say that makes sense. I talk faster than I think. That's my problem. Like some of the, I say just like, yeah, just let the play develop. Better start. Maybe we have more runs than we had last game. This game will be a shootout. You think so? Chicago. I'll guess like 11 to 8 or 10 to 6. What did Chicago do last time? Round out. Yeah, his was the one thought it was going to go off the middle. That's right. But I mean, yeah, if that's hit. That was a good play by the short. Oh, yeah. A little bit to the right, or if that was to the left. Yeah. More or less viewers. We had like nobody watching the last game. 5 watching. 1 more. Yeah, record of 31 views. Throughout the whole game. Yeah. I thought he posted it. Jeff did. Not our coach. So the people who actually care about baseball. But like, does a coach even have Yeah, he does. He does Instagram. Really? Yeah. I don't think he wants us to use too many players.
Ochoa back on a mound. Up to bat here is Aiden Wilkes. Ball hit the plate, so it's going to be a 1-0 count. For Wilkes, a 3.33 hitter. Hasn't had a lot of playing time, only 2 games played and 3 at-bats up to this point. Swings and misses on that one. It's a 1-1 count. Top of the second, tied 2 apiece. Entertaining game so far. A lot of pitches being thrown both ways. Ochoa with 21 prior to this inning starting. That ball popped up into the air in foul territory. Corey Ferris has a chance to make a play on it, and it goes over the fence, so not quite. 1-2 count. And for this Delta team, even though they're 4-6, they rank around the middle of Region 12 in terms of a lot of different stats. The only place where they're in the bottom 5 in Region 12 is in strikeouts per 9 innings with 6.94. They're 5th last. Everything else is right in the middle of the field. So still a lot of time for this Delta team to find themselves at 500. Here's a grounder to the shortstop. Chicago going to make the play to first. Yes, he is. That's an out. First of the inning. Routine grounder to Chicago is able to make that play pretty easily. Dylan Rodriguez, we saw him the last time around, the only holdover from the last lineup to this one. Played pretty decently well, but then again, so did the entire Delta team. Third baseman. One of the many players sporting pink gloves swings at that one. 1-1 count with 1 out. Rodriguez, a 1.54 hitter, 3.13 on base percentage. Pretty ironic since he's playing in a 3.13 at the moment. 2-1 count. That ball over his head. Obviously not going to swing at that. Good agility to duck and avoid it. If I were in the batter's box, that would have smoked me in the dome. Rodriguez, freshman from Houston, Texas. One of the few out-of-state players. He smokes this ball to the left center field. Fielder going to have a chance to make a play on it. He does. Able to secure that one pretty easily. Left fielder on that play was Dominic Laskowski, who caught in the last game. So fly out. Brings it to 2 outs here. Top of the second. And for Ochoa, a chance to put this one over early. Lucas Ordway, number 9 hitter. Breaking ball too far low. 1-0 count. For Ordway, he's a 200 hitter. 500 on base percentage though. Swings and misses at that one. 1-1 count. 2 total bases to his name. No strikeouts, so not a lot of playing time for him either. Although there is a lot of folks on this Delta College team as he swings and misses at that one. High pitch. 1-2 count. And Delta College travels well. They brought pretty much their whole damn team with them. About 40 guys on their roster. Wasn't expecting that many. That pitch is inside. Almost nicked that left elbow. Ochoa manages to avoid it, so it's 2-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Lucas Ordway, 1-2-3 inning for Brayton Ochoa and the Community Christian Lions. Excellent work there. We'll see you for the bottom of the second.
on this thing. We might need to switch. We might need to have that.
That's battery.
Worth a shot, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, because this is staying live, isn't it? At 41. I'd say we try it. Let's give it a shot.
Sun blaring into the eyes of the batters and the catcher. Juan Rubio, one of the few players not wearing sunglasses at the plate, yet to register a hit this season. We'll see if he can do so against Nate Whitney. First pitch down in the zone, a 1 count. Juan Rubio and 13 at-bats, like we said, no hits, but able to pull out 5 walks, so it gives him a .278 on-base percentage. That pitch too far away. 1-1 count. Bottom of the second here. Juan Rubio was a shortstop in the last game, got pulled for some of the fielding errors. Now in as a designated hitter. Swing and a miss. Leads to a 1-2 count. Nate Whitney, someone that is more than comfortable with working up the count. That ball makes Juan Rubio swing low. And it leads to the first out of the inning. First strikeout of the day for Nate Whitney. It sends Nick Steigerwald, the right fielder, to the plate. The lefty, long hair and all, threw a few pitches in the last game. That pitch inside, but it is going to find the zone, so it's 0-1. This Community Christian team, like we talked about, Pete Finn, former Farmington head coach, had a lot of success over the 23 years that he coached over there. Has yet to find that same success at the JUCO ranks. 0-11 so far, 0-12. And overall, Pete Finn is 8-28 in his tenure here as a Community Christian coach. And this is a team that so far this season, still early, but they rank in the bottom 5 in a lot of their categories. Grounder to the shortstop. He's going to make the play at first in time. Second out of the inning. Dominic Laskowski, the 9-hitter. Played catcher last game. Now he's in at left field. Sporting the pink gloves, like many of the players out on the field today. The righty swings, first pitch, fouled away to the right. It's 0-1. Laskowski, a 111 hitter. Able to find himself on base, so quite a bit. 4, 6, 7. So and in 9 at-bats has 4 strikeouts as well. That pitch low and away. 1-1 count. A lot of movement on these pitches from Nate Whitney. Can throw the fastball, can throw the 12-6 curve, as well as a different type of curve that can send it to the outside part of the zone. Has yet to find it, though, with Laskowski, though. 2-1 count. That pitch also outside, 3-1. Laskowski, a patient hitter, not somebody that needs to swing right away in order to make an impact. That pitch a little too high up, and it sends Laskowski on base. First runner aboard in the bottom of the second. 2 outs for Nate Whitney. 47 pitches for him so far. Back to the top of the lineup. Joe Downer, last time around, he walked. Was able to score off that walk as well. That pitch too far inside. It's 1-0. That pitch too far low. Hit the plate. 2-0. So like we talked about, this Community Christian team in the bottom 5 in a lot of different categories, including runs per game, hitting average, slugging, walks and hits per innings pitched, as well as Ks per 9 and ERA. The only real place where they're not in last place is on base percentage. This is a team that can get on base, just struggles to score some of those runners in. That ball fouled up against the fence. 2-1 count. That pitch too far high up. Takes some time as the catcher, and Laskowski going to be able to get on base. The catcher, Jake Chapman, took his good old time getting up and ready to throw as Laskowski was scampering over to second base, but able to get that stolen base in time. So on a 3-1 count, a runner is in scoring position for Community Christian, able to potentially take the lead for the first time in this game. Had a 1-0 lead as Joe Downer fouls that one up and out. Full count with 2 outs. Community Christian 1-0 lead in the first game before giving up 8 runs in the bottom of the second to give that game away. Now a chance to take a lead with the game tied 2 apiece. Downer, payoff pitch, too far outside, and that's a walk.
Why isn't he on first?
Needed to be confirmed that it was a walk. Didn't realize it. With no scoreboard in the stadium here, it's tough to tell if you're not paying very close attention to each pitch. 53 pitches for Nathan Whitney. In the last game, I believe Walsh had 57 altogether. Mike Woods up to bat now. Last time around, flew out to the left field. One-0 count. Still 2 outs. Be great for Community Christian to capitalize on the 2 runners on base. Ball too far low. 2-0 count. Whitney and Jake Chapman had a chat. 2-0 count. Mike Woods at the plate. Mike Woods, like we talked about, a 200 hitter and with 400 slugging percentage. So someone who's able to get extra base hits potentially for this Community Christian team could really use that powering at speed right now. That ball hit out to the left field. It's an fouled out though. Two-one count. 2 walks in a row for Whitney in this inning after getting the first 2 batters out. Let's see what he's got here. Fastball able to foul it away. Regardless, though, it's a 2-2 count. Bat did make contact, though, so runners were not allowed to advance after Chapman had to go rescue that ball back. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on base. With number 2-0 pitching, here's a pop-up into the air. Mike Wood's not happy with that one. It is going to be a routine pop-up out to the second baseman. That's going to send us to the top of the third, tied 2 apiece. Runners left on base. We'll see how Delta responds on the other side.
How much do you have? 32%. Is it gonna last?
I sure hope so. If it's able to stick around. We'll be back to the top of the lineup. Pop out 4. I know, man.
You know.
That inning. Come on, another 1, 2, 3 inning, huh? It's just difficult, but with no charge, no plugs out here. You know what I mean? There's nothing that I can rely on wholeheartedly. Do you think this is draining batteries from it, having it plugged in? Or would you not? Okay. You got the invite, you got the...
Yeah.
So if you're able to... It would just make you a staff member. So, which means you have access to do stats and do all that stuff. Yeah.
Up to the plate now for Delta. Top of the lineup, Trevor Ramsdell, excuse me. I mispronounced the last time around. Flew out to right field the last time around. Someone who hasn't hit a whole ton for this team. An 0.77. Wants the bunt. Fakes it, but he kept his bat there anyways. No call from the umpire, so we'll say it's 1-0. Umpire's going to have a word with Brayton Ochoa. Might have saw something he's going to warn him about. Top of the third, tied 2 apiece. Ochoa still on the mound. 35 pitches for him. Fakes the bunt once again. It's 2-0. Both of those pitches far outside. A little too much break in those balls. And 13 at-bats, 4 strikeouts for Trevor Ramsdell. Wants the bunt again. Hasn't seen a pitch that he's going to be able to make contact with. So it's 3-0. Top of the third. And thank you for your support of the Community Christian Lions YouTube channel. For your support of JUCO Athletics. Wants the bunt. Not going to swing at it though. First strike of the inning. First of many home games for CCC. Next home game for them will be Saturday, March 29th. And that pitch, too high, so it sends Ramsdell on to base. Next game for both of these teams, so Delta is going to be at home for their first home games of the season against Muskegon. Friday at 2 p.m. is the first pitch. That's a doubleheader. And for Community Christian, they are at Lorain County, the same team that will play at home against next this Saturday at 1 p.m. That's also a doubleheader. The next home game, as we alluded to, March 29th, doubleheader against Lorain County. That's a Saturday. Check the runner at first. Here's Ochoa. Has the bunt up in the air. Easy catch for Jaden Watkins for the first out of the inning. Something that I would call unique to this Delta program is them bunting after the leadoff hitter is able to get on. Must believe in their leadoff hitter's ability to get to the second base before they can get called out. I'm still trying to process it, to be honest with you. Fastball too high in the zone, 1-0 count. Up to bat now, Grant Wood. Excuse me, that was Grant Wood that was just there. It's Landon Sala now. Sala, excuse me. After a walk and a pop-up to the catcher. Probably wants to make soft contact for a potential ground out double play. Pitch high and away. Jaden Watkins getting up in time to fake the throw to first. Keep that runner in check. Faking a bunt. That pitch too low. 3-0 count.
That's wrong.
Excuse me, that was a 4-0 count. So sends him on base. Runner on first and second. One out, top of the third. Coach Pete Finn is going to take some time to talk to Ochoa. Make sure he has the right mindset and strategy in the next batter, Jake Chapman.
If I told Jeff how much a ladder is, he wouldn't pay for it. That's a problem. He'll complain, but he doesn't want to make the fucking.
So I signed into yours, or
No, I sent. Make your account with the email that I gave you. Do you not have an account yet? No. I sent you an email, correct? There we go. Now you create an account using the email that I gave you, and you'll have access to it.
The catcher, Jake Chapman, up to bat now. Reached on an error last time around. Just a throw too high from the shortstop. Ochoa's going to check the runner at second, and he is safe. Of course, he didn't even have a chance to get off the base, let alone anything else. We got some music blasting from a motorcycle behind us. One of the many sights and sounds you'll have in the city of Detroit. That pitch towards the outside part of the zone. 0-1 count. Ochoa, a solid pitcher for this team. Just needs some more appearances to really get that ERA back in check. That pitch forces Chapman to swing. It's going to go towards the left outfield. It's going to be called foul just on the outside of the post. Literally 2 feet away from that yellow post on the right. That's just outside of your frame of view. So only about 2 feet or so that separated that ball from being fair versus foul. 0-2 count. If you're Ochoa, you want some soft contact here to be able to turn that double play. Chapman, somebody that can send that ball into the outfield, as you just witnessed. That's a strike out looking. Beautiful breaking ball from Ochoa to place it right in the middle of the zone. Make Chapman think just a little too much. And that's a second out of the inning. Beautiful pitch from Brayton Ochoa. pitch is a little too far outside for batter Cal Guin. Had a double last time around to score some runners in. Designated hitter Calvin Guin tied for second on the team in batting average at .500. Only had a few at-bats out as that grounder's going to go to third base. He's going to look to make the play at first, and he will. Gets the third out. Beautiful awareness from the third baseman. Number 4, Nate Crane, to be able to split the legs and get that play there in time. So heading to the bottom of the third, still tied 2 apiece. We'll see you on the other side of this.
Sella walked, right? He didn't hit that third batter? The shortstop? Yeah, I thought so. Forgot to mark it. Crane up to bat. We need a win, man. We need to win this one.
Definitely doable.
Yeah.
They should be up 2-0.
Those 2 runs unearned? I don't think so.
I think they had 2 quick outs and then and then he threw the ball away and then
that's what pisses me
the
off.
high throw.
Routine stuff. That should be an easy, you know.
This team doesn't take errors.
90% of teams don't. We are in the 10. We're in the 2%.
Nate Crane up to bat, the third baseman, who just made an excellent play to end the top of the third, as that ball's too far low. Had a double last time around to score Joe Downer in. Trying to end this game not on a downer is Nate Crane. That ball too far low and away. 2-0 count. Bottom of the third here, 2-2 apiece. And this is a community Christian team that averages 1.9 runs per game, so they've already exceeded that. Here's a smoke show down to the middle of the center field. That's going to go into the hand of the center fielder, number 7, Lucas Ordway, to be able to grab that out, reaching one hand kind of behind his back in order to make that play. Excellent stuff from him. Beautiful contact from Nate Crane, but not able to get it over the head of Ordway. So results in an out. Line drive. It's the kind of contact you want to see, though. Speaking of contact, Matt Chicago now at the plate, cleanup hitter. Someone who's able to get extra base hits. Probably the best out of this team, if I'm being honest. Slugging percentage of .632. Right up there with Justin Banwari, who's at .818. Not in today's lineup. That ball too far away. 2-0 count. And if you're Nate Whitney, you want to try to see if you can get these batters out and not so many pitches. Already close to 70 pitches in this game in less than 3 innings. Able to make him swing on that one. 2-1 count. Nice little breaking ball away from the plate. Ball sent, fouled, out of bounds behind us. 2-2 count with 1 out, no one on base. Bottom of the third for Shakotko. Impressive high school mixtape on his Twitter profile. The freshman. Ball too far away. Low and away. 3-2 count. A lot of the wind we have talked about has died down now. Sun's starting to set in. Payoff pitch for Shakotko. Hits it into right field. Curving a little. Going to be able to make a routine fly grab is the right fielder, Aiden Wilkes. Had a ball go over his head last time around, but Shakotko flies out this time around. 2 outs. Jaden Watkins, the 5-hitter, singled last time around. Watkins, a 1.67 hitter. That number is certainly improved as he fouls that one off. 0-1. Ferris reaching over in front of you to grab that ball for the ump. The 0-1, Nate Whitney, approaching 70 pitches. Able to find that bottom right corner in the breaking ball. Excellent work from Whitney there. 0-2 count for Jaden Watkins. Trying to restore this inning to prevent it from being a 1-2-3 inning. Ball hits the plate. 1-2. And this is a Delta College team collectively as a team that pitches pretty well. A 9.87 ERA. A 4-6 record though up to this point. Ball's popped up into the air. The catcher's gonna have a chance at it, and it hits the top of the fence, so not quite. Jake Chapman was there in time to make that play as it was popped up into the air. Pete Finn out at third base. Assistant coach Scott Wade out at first. Watkins on a 1-2 count, 2 outs. Trying to keep this inning alive. Where we're going to see line drive out to the left field. Hits the ground, so it's a base hit. They're going to send that ball into the shortstop. And another single for Jaden Watkins, starting 2 of 2. He'll have a courtesy runner come on for him. It's going to be Vincent Kane, who was able to steal a base last time. Let's see if he looks to do so again. Until then, it's going to be Corey Ferris, the first baseman, coming up to the plate. His second appearance today in all of the games. He was not playing in the first one. Popped up to the right fielder to end the inning last time around. Excuse me, to end the first inning. 70 pitches for Whitney. Sends a fastball in top of the zone, forces Ferris to swing at it. 0-1. Whitney keeping his eye on the runner. Forces Ferris to swing again on a breaking ball low and away. Did make contact with it though, but it found Chapman's glove, so it's 0-2. 12 at-bats, was an 0.83 hitter coming into this game. They checked first base. The hat flies off of the first baseman, Ben McKenzie. Ferris going to call for time at an 0-2 count. 2 outs. Watkins is able to keep the inning alive with a single down the left field side last time around. Our plate umpire going to mark it in his book. As you see the clouds set in for Bishop Park. Beautiful skyline here. Not skyline, that's not the word I'm looking for, but it's not a sunset, but when the sun starts to shine through the clouds a little bit. I don't know, it's pretty looking. At least in my opinion. 0-2 count. Ferris given more than enough time. What's he going to do with it? Ball's too far inside. The wild pitch is going to send Kane up to second base. Fakes the run to third, but he stays at second. So it's a 1-2 count. The ball was at Ferris's feet, so not even a chance to make a swing at it. Bottom of the third, Community Christian trying to take the lead. Runner in scoring position. Ferris finds the ball low and away. It's a 2-2 count. Fastball swung on, driven into deep right field, and Wilkes is going to be able to make the play on it like he has all day today. Third out of the inning, and we're sent to the top of the fourth. We'll be back on the other side of this.
Would be halfway, more than halfway.
Top of the fourth here, tied 2 apiece. Up to bat now, number 32, Ben McKenzie, the first baseman, grounded out last time around. First ball finds its way outside. That ball popped up into center field. Joe Donner looking to make a play on it. It's actually going to be Nick Steigerwald that's able to grab the ball. First out in 2 pitches. Excellent work from Ochoa there. It's good contact for McKenzie, but regardless, it's a fly out to the right fielder. Aiden Wilkes now up to bat. Grounded out his last time around. He's made some good plays over in right field on defense so far in this game. Ochoa. First pitch just a little too high. 1-0 count. Swing and a miss. Excellent pitch. Well, high fastball from Ochoa makes it a 1-1 count against Wilkes. Breaking ball, low and away, makes it 2-1. That ball driven past the shortstop. It's a line drive single for Wilkes and his first base hit of the day. Brings up number 22, Dylan Rodriguez, freshman from Houston, Texas, the Pasadena High School alum. Flew out to the left base. As that pitch goes through the hands of Jaden Watkins, and it's going to send the runner up to second on a wild pitch. On a 1-0 count. Already top of the fourth, only a few pitches, but we already have an out and a runner in scoring position. Ochoa has a ball smoked by Dylan Rodriguez out to deep right center field. That ball's going to go hit the fence. Steigerwald's going to have to grab it, make that play in as runners are coming home. It's going to result in a double and a run scored for Delta College. Excellent base hit. Extra base hit, I should say, from Dylan Rodriguez, someone who has struggled to hit the ball up to this point in the season. Great confidence booster for him, somebody who had a good game last time around as well. The only holdover from Delta College from Game 1 to Game 2. Able to score in Aiden Wilkes on that as well. So now it's Lucas Ordway, struck out his last time around in the second inning. That breaking ball finds its way towards the outside part of the zone, 0-1. Lucas Ordway, freshman, Saginaw, Michigan, Swan Valley alum. That pitch looked like it was in the same part of the zone. Nothing out of the umpire's mouth, though. It's 1-1. Ochoa nearing 60 pitches. Smidge below what Nate Whitney has up to this point. See how far he can go. He's given up 3 runs up to this point. That pitch is high, 2-1. Likes that high fastball. He's gotten some pioneers to swing at it up to this point. Fastball low in the zone. Out of the zone, excuse me. It's 3-1. Ordway, 200 hitter, trying to find his way on base. Swings and misses. It's a full count. Good speed on that fastball from Brayton Ochoa. Umpire's going to call for time. Making sure that everybody is set appropriately, I guess. I don't know. Payoff pitch for Ochoa. Over the head of Ordway. It's going to send him on to base. Two runners on, 1 out. Top of the fourth. Delta's already taken a lead in this inning. 3-2 apiece. Or 3-2 lead, excuse me, for Delta College. A team that has struggled to win in Myrtle Beach, where they spent most of their spring break. Their spring training, however you want to frame it. That ball looked outside. They're going to call it a strike, though. Good positioning from Ochoa. So it's Trevor Ramsdell, excuse me, at the top of the lineup. Ramsdell, 1-1 count. Good vision from him on that last pitch. Ochoa has another pitch low and away, so it's 2-1. Two-one count. Pitch finds the outside part of the zone. 2-2. And if you're Ochoa, you're probably looking for something, some sort of soft grounder to the shortstop or to second base to be able to make a nice double play. They've had chances to do that at this point in the game. Breaking ball finds its way outside, low and away. It's 3-2. Runner in scoring position, another runner on first. Pitch finds its way inside the zone. Not quite. Okay. Looked pretty square to me. That breaking ball towards the inside part of the zone is going to be called a ball, and it sends him on base. It's the top of the fourth. Down 3-2 is Community Christian with runners on all three bases. It sends Grant Wood, the left fielder, into the batter's box with runners all over. Has popped up twice. Pitch a little too far outside. 1-0 count. Very important at-bat for Grant Wood. Soon who's a 200 hitter like most of the hitters in this lineup in the second game. That pitch is too high. Ochoa could really use something softer, a nice strikeout to boost his confidence a little bit, get him out of this slump he's put himself into. That pitch finds itself in the zone. Great breaking ball from Ochoa. Makes it 2-1. Ochoa calling for time. Wood looking over to the third base coach, receiving the call he's looking for. Runners everywhere. Ochoa on a 2-1 count. They bunt it. It's going to go towards the pitcher. Has the chance to make the play at first. And the runner is there in time. Scored on a bunt single. Makes it 4-2 in favor of Delta. First hit of the day for Grant Wood. He's 1 of 3. And 1 of 1 is Landon Sella, the shortstop. Singled in the first inning. And last inning he walked. That sun's starting to blare through those clouds just a little bit more, making it difficult for the hitter to see the ball, I'm sure. Pitch too far outside. It's 1-0. 4-2 lead for Delta College. Mercied Community Christian in the first game. And now has a chance to blow the scoring wide open in this game. Pete Finn is going to say, not so fast. I'm going to take some time to talk to my pitcher. And it looks like he is going to pull him. We'll see who comes in for him in a second. We'll keep you updated on what's what on the other side of this. So in to pitch now is Dominic Laskowski, who caught in the first game, played left field to start us off, and has now forced the batter Landon Sala to swing, making it a 2-1 count. And this is a pretty much an impossible situation for Laskowski, coming in with not a lot of time to throw, if at all, besides the warm-up pitches that he got at the mound, with runners all over. And pitching against Landon Sala, who has a single and a walk to his name so far in this game. So, impossible odds. Let's see if Laskowski is able to make anything of it. That pitch is also inside, making it a 4-1 count and sending him on base. And scoring a runner in at the same time. 5-2 in favor of Delta. Cleanup hitter Jake Chapman reached on an error the last time around. Not the last time around. Last time around he struck out, but in his first at-bat he reached on an error. Good block there from Jaden Watkins, able to retrieve that ball outside of the zone. And a 1-0 count. Looks like the main priority for Laskowski is going to be just trying to get the ball in the zone. He threw one strike, but that was because the pitcher swung, or the batter swung, excuse me. Batter swings there for the second time for Laskowski. Ball a little too high there. 2-1 count. For Jake Chapman, the freshman from Ontario, up there in Canada. Not sure how popular baseball is there in the Great North, but thankful to have him here down in Michigan. That ball swung on, driven to right field. Nick Steigerwald's going to have a chance to make a play on it and send it to the catcher. He's able to grab that out, and the runner is going to score, so it's a sacrifice fly. And Delta's able to score once again, making it a 6-2 lead for them. So runners at first and third, both second and third base advanced, making it a 4-run lead for the Pioneers. Laskowski doing whatever he can just to get the Lions out of this inning. And a runner's going to advance to second. Watkins not going to make a throw. So it's a
defensive indifference.
It's a what we call a defensive indifference. A strike there makes it 0-2 as far as I know. Ball too low, 1-2 count. Up at the plate now is Cal Guin with a 1-2 count. Had a grounder last time around and a double to start off his day. One of the better hitters on this team, living up to that designated hitter title that he has at the moment. It's a 2-1 count, excuse me. That ball grounded to the pitcher, wants to make the easy play, and he does. Laskowski to Ferris to end the inning. And we'll send it to the bottom of the fourth with a little fun fact on the other side. So taking the place of Juan Rubio is going to be Brendan Kewen, who is now subbed in at left field. I'll let you in on a little fun fact in just a second here. We talked about how historic Bishop Park is. Multiple Hall of Famers playing on this field, including Hall of Famer Willie Thornton, the former Detroit Tiger. Hit a home run that crossed the other side of the street that you'll see on the left side before it even hit the ground. So lots of history here at Bishop Park. Such an amazing place to play. Northwest side of Metro Detroit. A lot of things that some might say make it dated, but I say it's historic, for lack of a better term. Nate Whitney, next pitch will be number 80 for him, as it's a 1-1 count at the bottom of the fourth. Community Christian trying to get themselves back into this game. Brendan Kewen, less than impressive pitching. Less than impressive hitting last time around. Was able to register his first hit of the season in last game as well. Looks like the umpires are going to have a conversation amongst themselves as the catcher and pitcher are going to talk. It's possible the ball hit a spot where the catcher's not a fan of, we'll say.
The umpire.
Oh, got the umpire in the gonads, we'll call it. And he is not doing well. Say a prayer up for him. Billy Quirk coming over to comfort him a little bit. Pete Finn, both head coaches now coming over. Finn's got a jug of water in his hand. He's going to give him to... Excellent sportsmanship there from both coaches. Shout out to our athletic director, Jeff Reardon, who was able to provide us with that excellent fun fact.
Willie Horton.
Play will resume. Whitney's still at the mound. Pitch number 80 coming up. Or it already has came. 1-1 count. Sorry, 2-1 count. In favor of the batter. Brendan Kewen, first hit of the season in the last game. Looking to get another one here as it's going through the legs of the third baseman. It's going to end up in another base hit. It blooped directly in front of the third baseman and rolled right between his legs. You don't see a nutmeg too often in baseball. But there it was right there. Brendan Kewen getting on base for the second time this season. Congrats to him. Brings up Nick Steigerwald this time around, and Laskowski, who is pitching, is also going to bat as well. We saw that from Shikotko in the first game. Grounded out to the shortstop. Last time around, Steigerwald did. That pitch a little far outside. 1-0 count. No outs. We'll see how far Nate Whitney is able to go. A lot of varying levels of pitching and pitch counts when it comes to JUCO baseball. That ball is inside. Finds that smidge of the zone, the inside smidge right before the edge of the batter's box, so it becomes 1-1 for Steigerwald. In the first game, Steigerwald reached on an error. Is yet to register a hit to his name, as that ball is going to be checked to the first baseman. He is safe. Kewen getting back in time. Wasn't that far off the base, so Whitney just wanting to keep him in check on a 1-1 count. A back and forth tussle between these two teams. It'd be great to see these Lions start to make their way back into the game. That ball is fouled towards the first base line. 1-2 count. Steigerwald not happy with himself on that one. That must have been the pitch he was looking for. Sun's starting to blare through those clouds. I cannot imagine being a batter. A little tough for me to see as a broadcaster. Well, not so much anymore. There's the clouds coming in to help me out. That ball fouled towards the other side of the field, keeping the at-bat alive. Be curious to see if Delta has another pitcher warming up, as Whitney's now most likely going to hit 90 pitches before this inning is over. That fastball is outside towards the middle, 2-2. Steigerwald playing it very patient. 6 pitches in this at-bat already. Runner on first, the 2-2. Finds himself low and in, out of the zone. 3-2.
Great take, 18.
Steigerwald, no hits to his name, but a 200 on base percentage. Not 200%. Only 3 strikeouts to his name as well. So, fine at batter. This ball is hit into the left field past the I almost said out of bounds, but the baseline, which keeps the at bat alive. So 3-2. Eight pitches in this at bat, making Nate Whitney work for it. Steigerwald. His hair flows in the wind. Let's see if his ball can flow into the outfield. Payoff pitch, incoming. Fastball, swung on and driven, and line drive over the head of the second baseman. Right fielder's going to grab it. That's Wilkes. It's a single there after a lot of work and a lot of patience. 2 runners are aboard for Community Christian. And now the head coach for Delta, Billy Cork, is going to go out there and have a talk with his pitcher. And it looks like he's going to pull him for the day with a final pitch count of 89, the highest we've seen all day. Taking his place is number 43, who might be making his pitching debut. We'll have some information about him on the other side of this. Oskowski up to bat. New pitcher in is John McNichol. with a 9.45 ERA in 6.2 innings pitched, or 6 2/3, I should say, with 4 strikeouts. Laskowski threatening the bunt. Sends it foul. No outs as of yet. 2 runners on base. Be a great time for Laskowski, a 111 hitter, to be able to get himself some potential RBIs here. Another swing from Laskowski sends it foul. 0-2. Let's fix that name here for you. McNichol, third pitch of the day. Up and away. Makes it a 1-2 count. Trying to force Laskowski to swing on that one. Not quite. That ball sent into the line out into center field. It's going to send the runner home. Not quite. Good speed there from the center fielder to make that throw. So I said line out. That's not what I meant. Runners are aboard all 3 bases. Excellent swing and contact there from Laskowski to get the 3rd single of the inning, this time against McNichol. It sends Joe Downer, the top batter in the lineup, with runners aboard, all 3 bases, no outs. First pitch, swung on, made hard contact with. It's going to go straight to the pitcher, looking for a double play opportunity as they got the runner at home. Only able to get the 1 out, as Steigerwald's going to go to home and score right in front of the camera. So able to capitalize on 1 out at home, but the runner scores. Laskowski advances up to third. It's a single. It's an out for Joe Downer.
Here's how he scored. That's 9.
So 1 out, runners at first and second. Mike Woods now up at the plate, 0 of 2 so far, and he swings and misses that one. Another strike for him. We'll confirm the count here in a second.
0-2.
It's a 2-2 count. Thank you, ump. 1 out. Runner in scoring position. Joe Downer at first. That ball made contact with, soft contact to the third baseman. It's a shortstop that's going to pick it up and try to make it to first base. Not able to do so. It is going to be a single. And now it's going to advance Joe Downer to third. Excellent play there, and excellent awareness from Joe Downer to get the extra base on that. Another run scored for Community Christian. First hit of the day for him, 1 of 3. Now it's Nate Crane who's doubled in the first inning. It's going to be one of the assistant coaches coming up to the team and making sure everybody's on the same page in terms of where they're fielding the ball, with Nate Crane coming up to bat. 1 of 2 up to this point with a double and a line out to the center fielder. McNichol, one of the few freshmen on this team, able to potentially make a name for himself, prevent this bleeding from stopping. As now he's allowed 2 runners in up to this point. So Downers over at third, Mike Woods over at second base, Nate Crane at the plate, John McNichol to pitch. 8 pitches for him. Checks the runner at first. Mike Woods makes it back in time. That lawn frame of his able to, doesn't need to extend all the way in order to make it back. So McNichol once again trying to size up Nate Crane, see what we're working with here. Contact made. Past the third baseman, but not towards the shortstop. He's able to get the out. The fielder's choice at second base. But the runner advances home, which makes it a 1-point deficit now. 1-run deficit, excuse me, for Community Christian. And now just the runner at first with 2 outs. Good awareness play from the shortstop over there. Number 29, Landon Sella. Able to advance the runner home. Here's Matt Chicago at the plate. Pitch low and away for the 1-0 count. 0 of 2 for him so far. Ground out in the first inning. And last time around, he flew out to the right fielder. Ball hits the plate. Crane fakes the run. He's going to stay put at first, though. 2-0 count, bottom of the 4th. The tying run on base, the leading run at the plate. 2 outs. Ball low and away once again. 3-0 count. McNichol not able to find the zone at the moment, and anytime he does, it forces the batter to make contact. We saw 2 grounders in a row towards the shortstop. Let's see if we can see that once again. That ball swung on. It's a pop out towards the right side of the field. It's on the outside of the fence, though, so not able to make a play on it. It's a 3-1 count. Shikatko, the shortstop, as well as the starting pitcher in game 1 on a 3-1 count. Need something explosive here if you're a Community Christian. Runner's gonna advance to the second base, and the pitch is gonna be too high anyway, so it's a walk. Runner on first and second, down 1 for the Lions. It's going to be Jaden Watkins up to the plate. 2 of 2 so far with 2 singles. Two of 2 for number 2. The catcher. 5-hitter up against McNichol. That pitch low and away, as most of them have been for John McNichol. That breaking ball just not finding the zone. McNichol might have to rely on his fastball and hope that the contact is soft enough to force a ground out. Speaking of which, here's a ground out, potentially, as the shortstop looking for the throw, and he's not going to be able to make it. That's going to be an error. And the tying run scores. Nate Crane gets the Lions at 6 runs apiece. The shortstop Landon Sella had to play at second base. Not able to make it, though. And it ties the game up with a runner at third. This is officially ruled an error, so it's not. He is going to result in 2 of 3, not that perfect day he might want. But regardless, Corey Ferris has a chance to take the lead with a runner at first. Watkins is the catcher, so a courtesy runner, Vincent Kane, has come in for him at first base. Matt Shakotko is in at third to potentially score the game-tying run. Sorry, the go-ahead run, not the game-tying. It was Nate Crane that scored the game-tying run on the last play. First pitch was too high. Second pitch swung on, bolted up in the air. It is going to be out of bounds, I should say. It's a foul ball. I have to watch my language with that out word. Don't want to scare you guys. 1-1 count. Corey Ferris. The sun has disappeared, so now the temperature's starting to drop here at beautiful Bishop Park in Metro Detroit. Here's a runner advancing to second, and it is going to be an out. I'm not sure why you're advancing the runner with 2 outs. But Vincent Kane went for it regardless, got caught stealing, and the game is going to be headed to the top of 5th, tied to 6 apiece, excuse me. We'll see you there. Top of the 5th, a much different scoreline in this game than in the last one. Delta College Community Christian tied 6 apiece. CCC looking for their first win of the season at 0-12. All 9 batters batted in last inning, so it's going to be Ben McKenzie back up to start the inning once again. That pitch from Dominic Laskowski, low and away. Happy to bring you all the action here from historic Bishop Park, northwest side of Detroit. Here's a ball shot out into right field. Steigerwald has a chance to dive and make the play, and he does. Excellent defensive play from Nick Steigerwald in right field for the first out. McKenzie last time around flew out to the right field. He does it once again. Aiden Wilkes, speaking of right field, is now up to bat. 1 of 2 with a ground out and a single so far. That ball rocketed out past the second baseman and blooped in between him and the right fielder. So a little bloop single gets the runner aboard on the first swing. 3 pitches and 2 batters up against already. Aiden Wilkes' second base hit of the day. And now here's Dylan Rodriguez. Had the bases clearing. Not the bases clearing. He scored a double last time around. Here's another pitch. Goes to third base, and he's able to turn. Almost turned the double play. So the third baseman hit a grounder to the right. Sorry, to the third baseman. He's able to turn it. Get the out at second base, but not the out at first. So it's 2 outs here. on the grounder. Laskowski pitches low and away, 1-0. So after Rodriguez got the quick out, here's Lucas Ordway on the fielder's choice. Lucas Ordway with a strikeout and a walk to his name up to this point, 0 of 1. Another low pitch, it's 2-0. Another pitch low and away. Makes it 3-0. Runner at first. 2 outs. Laskowski looking like a contact pitcher. It's just trying to put something in the zone. That ball too low once again. It's a 4-0 walk. Rodriguez at second, Ordway at first. With the top of the lineup, Trevor Ramsdell up to bat. 0 of 1 with 2 walks to his name. That ball too far outside. Laskowski needs to get his mechanics figured out. A lot of these balls either too far low or too far away. Thank goodness they're not lefties, otherwise we'd have a little more batters on. Able to find the zone on that one. High outside. Makes it 1-1. This Community Christian team is not a team with quote-unquote just pitchers on it. Everybody has to do a little bit of everything. So Laskowski, who caught in the first game, played left field to start game 2, is now on the mound. As many position players you'll see for Community Christian have. Now ball swung on, fouled, up and over our heads. Sounded like it hit the top of a car. Hopefully not mine. 2-2 count. 2 outs. With the second baseman, Trevor Ramsdell, trying to make a name for himself. That pitch too high. 3-2 count. This is a patient hitter. Was able to draw walks his last 2 at-bats. That ball in the zone. Hit out into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Going to look to make a play at home. Not going to be there. But the first baseman runs over to the pitcher's mound, able to get on top of it. So it's just a bloop single. And with 2 outs, this has looked all too familiar. Able to get 2 quick outs. But now runners are aboard all 3 bases with Grant Wood up to bat. 1 of 3 so far. Able to find that outside part of the zone. Excellent breaking ball from Laskowski there. Can Laskowski course correct and salvage this inning? Able to find the zone once again. It's 0-2. 2 outs. Top of the 5th. That ball fouled off the catcher's mask. Jaden Watkins, a warrior, not even flinching at that one. That ball skyrocketed out into center field. Joe Downer is going to be able to make a play on it, and he does. Ends the inning. Way to get yourself out of there, Dominic Laskowski. Excellent fielding all around. And we'll have a tied 6-6 game at the bottom of the 5th after this. Bottom of the 5th, John McNichol able to find the zone there. 19 pitches to his name prior to that one right there. And an excellent chance here for Corey Ferris to etch his name in the 2024 season. That's going to be a fair ball. That was a good hit, but it just rolled over that third base line, so it's going to be a foul ball. Making it an 0-2 count early for Mr. Ferris. McNichol, the freshman pitcher, trying to make a name for himself as well. That ball super far outside, not going to swing on it, is Ferris, making it a 1-2 count. Ferris was up to bat in the last inning before the caught stealing attempt by Vincent Kane. Ferris is 0 of 2 so far in this game. That ball smokes that wood fence wall. 2-2 count. And the ball smoking the wood will never fail to scare me because of that loud impact noise that it makes. Bottom of the 5th, 2-2 count. Ball head out into the right field. It's going to be foul. Corey Ferris fighting for every last pitch. 5 in the at-bat so far. McNichol makes him swing, and it's a strikeout. Excellent approach from the C2.